talk about being curious about what a container has inside of it. I'm doing a chakra reading for us using tarot cards. Just from the pre-shuffle, what I've been picking up is that you've had an attitude change towards transformation. Okay, so what would happen is that you would experience uncertainty, and your reaction to it would be like your nervous system wouldn't react well. The uncertainty you'd find troubling. You'd start thinking about all of the implications of any shifts and changes that are upcoming. But this time I found you approaching this latest transition with a very open heart, as if you had I don't want to say premonition, but an understanding that whatever is coming in is for your own good, even though it shook you up. Okay, I'm going to acknowledge that it shook you up, but it's as if you were aware the entire time that you're receiving a gift. And also a sense of peace around its timing, because you've become very familiar with this truth that the more you resist, okay, the more you resist the letting go, the longer you'll linger in this feeling of sensing trouble coming, or this feeling of not knowing how you're going to deal with whatever it is that's going to land. In this particular case, okay, this latest experience of yours, it's as if you've become able to take it for granted. Okay, I'm not saying you're not grateful for it, but you know that whatever equipment, whatever skills you need, whatever circumstances you need, with this incoming shift and change, that everything will fall into place, that you will receive what it is you need, okay? This is an experience that you actually requested. And as it was coming in, it came in with this, I think I did refer to this in the last reading, the actual last reading that we did, which would have been last week. Okay, I'll pin it or add it in the description box below. But there was this feeling of doom. Yes, I called it a dubious energy. It's as if you managed to shift out of considering it as dubious, but rather a transformation taking place. And so for everyone listening, the style of transformation and the kind of thing that has changed or that is in the process of changing will be different. But it's something in an area that you have been feeling uncertain about, needing a change around, dissatisfied with. You were wanting more, okay? More out of it and also more out of yourself. And so when you asked for those two things, the thing itself started to transform, but so did you, okay? Both of these things. This is about bringing to your attention the type of creator you are, that you are the decision maker, okay? So you might not be the one who facilitates all of these things coming together and reaching you, but you are the one who determines the quality of what you want, and you also open the way for it. And so this shift is really the result of your own shift in mindset and your own shift in terms of your sense of empowerment. Okay, you are willing to rise to the occasion for yourself and no longer stand in your own way. Okay, and also not create unnecessary resistance where you might have before, out of fear, out of uncertainty, okay? And out of a lack of clarity that generally tends to come up when you're focusing more on the things you don't want, and a lack of clarity that comes up also in that space where you haven't quite admitted to yourself the things that you no longer want and no longer like. And so by releasing resistance and allowing yourself to let clarity reach you, okay, through admissions of your own, you have widened your channel. You've widened your channel. It's able to share more with you, and it's able to give you the kind of peace that you need to be able to release that resistance and also embrace opportunities to rejuvenate yourself completely outside of focusing on that thing. I now have all the cards laid out in front of me. From what I'm looking at and the ratio of major arcana here compared to minor arcana, I think easily this may be the biggest shift you've had the entire year. When I say that, I mean that I have not had this ratio show up in front of me, not when I'm reading for myself, not when I'm reading in this container, not, okay? That's the High Priestess, the Sun, the Tower, the Emperor, the Moon, Temperance, the Wheel of Fortune, the Hermit, and the Chariot. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 major arcana out of 14 cards. I'm speaking to someone who is really applying themselves with an open heart, okay, to non-resistance. The reason I say this is because I see so many mindset shifts into self-empowerment. You see that in the Crown, okay? You are making decisions positively minded, like you have an optimistic mindset around what to expect without being unrealistic about setbacks. That's exactly what it's saying to me. When I jump to your heart, I've got the Sun and Temperance, which is telling me that there is this tempering within your heart. That means that you are very much in touch with the deep feelings that you sometimes come across, okay? But there's still this optimism. There's an openness to receiving whatever it is you get. When you experience some of the more difficult energies, you're seeing them as teachers, okay? And so you're tempering this energy. And you're aware of your heart's capacity to hold, to witness. When I look at all of this energy, especially look at your solar plexus, the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune, this shift that you have just experienced is visible. Okay, it's visible. Let me put it this way. To the naked eye, it's picking up that something huge has shifted with you. People can't figure out what it is, but they can feel it. It's undeniable, okay? And even if you really wanted to not like it, you'd probably go back to your corner and try to figure out what it is about you that really hit you, because everything you're seeing is progressive. It's also calling you to question what it is about this energy that is shifting you in a way you cannot resist. When I say you, I'm actually not referring to the listener. I'm referring to the naked eye of anyone who encounters you. Okay, I'm sorry to have caused confusion there, but I sort of jumped into the other person's energy for a bit. That's what happened. And this is speaking to me, the fact that that sort of perspective entered the room. This is speaking to me about what a transformative energy you have right now. You have no fear is kind of what it's giving me. And the way you show up with this no fear, I'm not talking about loud confidence. I'm not talking about no reason to fear. I'm talking about visibly overcoming your fears without hiding during that period where you're overcoming them. You see, a lot of times when we are in the process of sort of regenerating our courage, we can tend to move into hermit, to take time away from whether it's the public eye or friends or other people, okay, just to have that privacy. But you're no longer needing that privacy because you're no longer carrying the sense of shame around not knowing and uncertainty. And you're giving people courage because of this. You're giving people courage to sort of face their own doubts and face their own demons and really look into themselves. And your energy is able to actually shine a very warm and gentle light on these aspects of people, because you're actually showing up in front of them and visibly sort of dealing with your stuff without hiding. which is like its own type of teacher. How do I explain that in a way that, is clearer? What I mean is, many times we deal with our things and our troubling experiences and stuff that's not yet clear to us in private. What you are doing is showing up consistently, not hiding while you repair and regenerate. And so these processes are happening, I want to say publicly, and I don't know why that word in particular keeps coming up. So this is taking it a step further than, sometimes when you hermit, you could hermit from even your closest family where they don't know what's going on. And then there's another level of community where it's people that don't know you very personally, but that you do maybe see frequently. I'm saying even to that level, you're visible. Okay, so this is a completely different comfort and zone of ease that you've entered, an ease with your own humanity. Self-acceptance is what I can call it. This is due to your mindset shift. The way you are dealing with the feelings that arise in your heart is because of your mindset shift. Crown, taking you back to the crown. The way you're dealing with how to show up, you've actually changed how you show up. That's in the Tower and the Wheel of Fortune, also because of a mindset shift. The things that used to determine whether you were ready to show up or not, they still exist. However, what has disintegrated and what has been sent off because you no longer need it is the idea that all of this needs to happen in private because you, and it's not about other people. It's about honoring yourself and honoring your stages and your phases and your processes and your ups and your downs, your humanity. You're honoring your humanity. And in honoring your humanity, you are honoring the humanity of others. You're actually changing the world by shifting how you regard yourself and how you treat yourself. You're like a lesson, okay, a transformation and proof all in one place, all in one experience. Your energy is also sharing something else, which it was not necessarily showing before. There's levels to this stuff. Generally, a lot of our shifts can be easily perceived by highly sensitive people. And while a lot of people in this world are waking up constantly and deepening their expansion of consciousness, if I could put it that way, although that's happening, not everyone is that sensitive because a lot of people are still in the rat race and are still completely like, what maybe we could refer to as head in the sand and not noticing all of these energetic shifts taking place. You can be perceived by those people too. When they meet you right now, the way you are, when they meet you for the first time, some of them, they're able to appreciate already without you explaining yourself and introducing yourself fully, just from your energy and your field. They are able to perceive that that energy that you carry is earned. I almost want to say that you earn a sense of mutual respect just from the current condition of your field. A lot of people who used to have certain opinions of you have also shifted their opinions of you. Your field has become almost corrective, is how I want to put it. It's become influential. And when I look at your third eye, you are very receptive right now to the opportunities that are coming towards you. Okay, so you're able to perceive them and know that they're coming and also prepare to create the right circumstances to be able to receive them as they come in. I also see that from your throat because you're creating straight from this sense of empowerment over your mindset and your third eye. And so what you're seeing, you're using. You're sorting through all of it and you're using it. Stuff that usually used to come in as a scare is being used. It's not being discarded. It's not being ignored. It's not being twisted to suit your current needs. It is literally being used because it is all useful. And this is all reflected in your sacral chakra, where I've got the Page of Pentacles and the Hermit. And so these are opportunities that you are in the process of sort of through your third eye and your throat, introducing to yourself, opening yourself up to, creating, and you're giving them the time that they need to, is the word gestate? Gestate. Yes. It's basically like a pregnancy and the time that it takes for a baby to grow. Okay. You're young within your system. And so you're not rushing it. You're not rushing it because you're letting nature take its course. Even in your root chakra, I'm seeing the 5 of Wands as transformation, 5 being change and the Wands being fire, this transformative energy, getting ready to take off the Chariot. And so you are accepting this transformation and whatever discomfort it might feel like, with this uncertainty that it brings, you know that you're preparing to leave. You're preparing to go somewhere. What a wonderful energy to sit in. Thank you so much for all that you do and how dedicated you are to, overcoming yourself. It's a really admirable energy. I'd certainly say one to learn from and learn about. Should you wish to support the channel and can, you are so welcome. I've left details in the description box below on various ways on how. Sending you all so much love.